Distance Demons, Drewish, the top seed left in this bracket versus Podgy, two very, very good players from the east side. No, Drewish is, I always forget, is Drewish west side? Yes, Drewish is west side.
Yes.
So west side, east side battle going on.
Absolutely. Something that Michigan definitely enjoys as far as our rivalries. Right now, see if Drewish is able to shut down the speed of Inkling here. Let alone the height difference, because when Inkling is running, that is one of the hardest characters to hit, but once you pop him up in the air, one of the lightest characters to hit.
Only 2% on Drewish after he's already up an entire stock on Podgy. Podgy trying to find his way in. Drewish has such good air mobility and he utilizes all the tools of Palu very well, and he has been someone you talk about who has improved and been doing well over Wi-Fi. Drewish is one that's absolutely there. And Kay, does have the Wi-Fi Warrior rankings been put out yet, or is that still being compiled? This is the final tournament, social this new final tournament for the rankings. So I'd imagine Drewish is going to be making an appearance on that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with how well and how consistent he's been able to play lately, he's definitely going to be up there in the top rankings, in my opinion.
Oh, he went for it all. He got the jab lock, decided to try and bury him, but cost him.
Yeah, and now he's stuck above Palutena. Not a spot you want to be in, but able to find his way back down, if just for a moment, only to be caught out by a back here.
Shield.
75% on Drewish right now.
Yeah, he's putting on a show.
That shows the air show. I mean, that is a good way to catch out Inkling, because Inkling's aerials don't have a lot of reach, so being able to just throw out that nair, it's such a good way to catch him.
Individual gets in the grab, trying to go for the booyah, and he does. That is something you will see Podgy. He's not going to drop those.
Yeah,
that
definitely a Woomy combo, to say the least.
Yes, that is the Podgy special right there.
Well, we're managing to clip him, but that is a lot of ink on Drewish, so we'll see if Podgy's able to capitalize on that. But with
Auto reticle into explosive flame, yeah, just trying to fight through these projectiles. He's going to go deep for it. No, he's going to maintain control, and yeah, watch out for that. Gets up just in time. This goes to show Podgy's understanding of the matchup experience that he had here. I would have been terrified to stand up anywhere near that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just such a long-lasting move and such a far-reaching move that you have to respect it.
And right in his face, yeah, getting that explosive flame up as he approaches. Not something Podgy was ready for, and that's going to be it for game number one. Drewish is up 1-0.
Palutena just has so many good tools to be able to control the aerial space around her, because that explosive flame cuts off a huge portion of the stage. The auto reticles are able to create a line that Inkling can't easily go through, and Inkling really does rely on aerial approaches in order to be able to start off their pressure. So Palutena has a lot of moves that can easily shut that down. So it's going to be on Podgy to figure out ways around those tools if they want to be able to get into this game.
Going straight back to small battlefield here, and something Podgy must have figured he can figure out or exploit here, because after getting beat, you don't see people go back to stages often after they're two stock beating.
Yeah, I mean, at that point it feels like it's kind of a mentality thing for a lot of players, because it's like, it wasn't the stage, it was just me making a few mistakes. I recognize what my mistakes are, and I think I can undo those mistakes, essentially. But the backfire situation of that is, if you can't actually make those changes and beat your opponent on the stage you ran them back to, then it's like, okay, it's not actually the stage, it's actually me, and that can be a good amount of mental damage, and that's not something you want to have in a best of 5.
No. And really, Drew is really aware of some of the options that Podgy's thrown out at him. He's tried to catch him with roller a few times, but Podgy's been able to either outrun it, shield it, or move it away. Not going to be able to kill with the explosive flame. Good DI from Podgy using the roller to get back underneath stage, gets back and recovers on back safely, but Podgy's just so quick, that air mobility, just throwing out those back airs.
But all things considered, Podgy definitely doing a much better job of keeping their pacing under control and not rushing in blindly into a lot of these projectiles that Drewish has been throwing out here.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't put on 87% on Drewish until he was already into his stock last time, so
Yeah.
already doing better.
Yep, but problem is already down the first stock, and nice interception of that ledge cancel on the teleport. Starting to recognize some of the things Drewish is looking for, and not going to be able to get the blaster up smash off the time, or at all for that matter. And right now, going to be catching a tried and true Palu combo for all their troubles.
Able to out Palu there, goes aggressive and hits him with the aerial. Trying to play on the platforms a little bit. Drewish, here's some left cancel, just really good mobility. And it is tough to find your footing when someone is really good with those teleport cancels. Watch out for that explosive. Yep.
Yeah, that was weird that it reflected it when it gone past already.
Yeah, that's one of those things too. It's with the bomb, because it will, once you reflect it, it becomes yours. So it won't hurt you, but it will hurt that Inkling. So it's fun to kind of stay around it. But there it is, able to take his first stock. We're tied 2 stocks apiece. But Podgy with 83% on him, Drewish with none.
Yeah, Drewish again threatening underneath, but fortunately Inkling a little bit better aerial drift than Palutena, so able to get out from that situation. I mean, Drewish's patience at this ledge, just waiting for Podgy to choose an option, has been impeccable. Just calling him out with that movement.
It's patience, and it's just also just really understanding your character. I mean, his movement is just so clean, so clean.
Yeah, especially those ledge cancels on the teleport. I mean,
the ledge cancels, the short hops, the aerial, just very crisp.
Yep. Podgy still trying to keep up here, but not having an easy time getting any sort of damage anymore, because Drewish seems to have made the adaptations to counteract what Podgy had been trying to do, and that up smash going to completely shut off the aerial recovery back out of the stage, and that's going to put Drewish up 2-0. So now this is where you do get into the trouble of how do you come back from this, because you tried to run it back to that stage thinking that it may have just been a few minor things. Now it's clear as day. It's Drewish is an issue that you have to figure out.
Yep. Are they running it back again?
I don't know. Find out in a brief moment, but I didn't see any of them hop out of the arena. And
Sure are.
Huh.
You gotta love the quick play.
It's a refreshing thing compared to some of the previous sets. Roma.
Random.
Yep. So right now, trying to use those projectiles, but Podgy finally gonna have a ground game going here. Just runs right underneath it in order to get in.
Drewish playing with the pink Palutena here, covered in paint, but there it is, finally able to exploit a little bit and take advantage of some of that extra damage he's putting on there with paint. Drewish come down with the neutral air and gets buried, but able to mash out in time away from the forward smash. Podgy needed that one.
Yeah, fortunately, low enough percent where that wouldn't work, so Drewish able to mash out of that pretty easily.
Getting back to ledge, some ledge canceling. Able to just move around, weave in and out, and just make Podgy. I think Podgy's playing a little bit more patient this time. He kind of just understands Drewish, how he's not approaching, and Podgy's not being as aggressive this time as he was last.
Yeah, because it seems like Drewish is really just
Get him this time.
Yep. There we go. But yeah, Drewish has been trying to bait Podgy into approaching too aggressively with a lot of these big movement back and forth to try and force an error out of him. So Podgy sitting back is definitely starting to create some openings for Podgy to work with, and that's really paying off for them.
Podgy running low on paint, taking his time back there, filling up a little bit as he can, chucks out the paint bomb to cover his ass as he gets backstage. But, yep, man, Drewish calls him out. Knows exactly where he's going to be with that explosive flame.
But either way, we have to say this is the first lead that Podgy has had this set.
Yes, it sure is. And Drewish doing his best to delete that.
Yep. Really trying to get him, but Inkling's recovery definitely one of the harder ones to stop.
Yep. And he has
an apple.
He jumped from ledge quite a bit, and Drewish is ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to start picking up some other options in order to make it back on stage here, because that lead you had is now completely gone. Drewish right now looking to try and shark around, bait out some approaches to Podgy here like they have been in the past, and get some more damage.
He's gonna get that reflect on the bomb. Not gonna happen. Another bomb comes out at him and gets it out in time that time. Paint gun coming out, gonna put a little bit on Drewish, but not too much. Drewish comfortably going through that shield with the neutral air, and watch out for the. Okay, that's one thing with Inkling. You gotta realize how much dust that paint spits out with on his recovery.
Yeah,
Drewish well ready for it though.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about the splat down portion
Yep.
of that up B recovery. Actually gets the scoop, tries to get the win box out, but not going to be able to find it there. And just a raw up smash.
Read.
Jeez.
Damn.
I mean, if that doesn't show how much Drewish was in Podgy's head, I don't know what does.
Yeah, GG's to both of them. Looks like Podgy started to